Hi guys, it's me again. I think this is the first time I've done 2 videos in a week, for ages, but I was thinking today, and I think this video needs to be made because there are loads of kind of individuals that just only see themselves in the world, and the media kind of makes a kind of judgment for them. Like, for example, I don't know, gypsies. I mean, they've got that thing, My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding, and it kind of makes everyone think that's what they're all about, and they're all bad, and they're all kind of chavvy and stuff like that. And I kind of think that sometimes you can judge people by their looks, but a lot of the time you can't, and a lot of the time there's a lot more depth to it. And I made this video because yesterday I realised I sounded really judgmental in that video, and I'm really not. It's just sometimes I can feel that that is the kind of place they're coming from, whereas other times I think, you know, it's just bad luck they grew up like that. So I just wanted to start with, like, I think I will start with chavs as a thing. I don't know whether in different countries you have chavs, but basically when I grew up, chavs was a abbreviation or whatever it is for council house and violence, which in itself is unfair because not all chavs live in council houses. And to me, a chav is someone who will find any reason to want to beat you up. Like, you could just be walking past them and look at them and it will piss them off. And they always wear tracksuit bottoms outside. For me, that is my stereotype of a chav. But you'll get these people that just think, oh, they live in a council house, so they're a chav. It's not really how it works. It's more about the personality and the way they live and their beliefs. And I know that this sounds really weird because it's not religious, but it's kind of like, say you move, because I grew up in a council house when I was little, and I don't know anyone that considers me a chav. And if you do, then, you know, as I say at the end, post hate. I'm not gonna, as much as I laugh, a joke at the end, I'm not gonna hate on you for giving your opinion, because that's your opinion on me, and feel free to have it. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna listen to you if it's hate, because I believe I'm a good person, and I think that's all that matters. But going back to the council house thing, I just don't think that people understand what actually makes a person, especially with, I think that the Muslim culture is very badly put into a stereotype by the press, because I've met a few Muslims that are really lovely people, but the media kind of portrays them as these kind of evil people that just want to take over, and they're all part of ISIS, and they all want to make everyone go back to the dark ages where we didn't have any internet or computers or technology, or but not all Muslims are like that. It's just that we only hear about the ones that are, and so every time well, not all the time, a lot of the time I hear people going like, oh, we can't be friends with that person because they're a Muslim and Muslims are bad, when actually it's not Muslims that are bad, it's extremists that are bad. And it's the same with all religions, because you get the same with Christianity, apart from it's less extreme, because you get Christians that disown people, and you know, are against certain things, like I don't know, if you're not a Christian then you're going to go to hell. A lot of Christians believe that. Not all Christians, but a lot of them do. And because of that, a lot of people think, you know what, Christianity isn't for me because it's too much. And I'm not saying that you should be a Christian. I myself, I have been a Christian, and I found that I did kind of believe it, but I didn't believe it was a religion that I should be continuing with. And I baptised myself as a Christian, and I grew away from it. I kind of thought that actually it's a lovely religion in some ways, but I felt that it wasn't for me. But even, oh, for crying out loud, sorry about that. I just had my work phoning me back and not helping. Anyway, back to me being a Christian. It is a lovely religion, and I would not force it upon anyone. I wouldn't force any religion upon anyone. But I think that it's important that you don't kind of stereotype all Christians as these kind of, you must be a Christian people, you must do this and you must do that. Because I think a lot of religions, it's all down to your own personal belief. And the reason I was kind of backed away from Christianity is because I didn't feel like I was engaging and believing in it enough, and I didn't feel I could. So yeah, not all Christians are bad. And if you'd like me to do a video on how I became a Christian and then wasn't a Christian, that's a story for another day. But my point for this video was that there are loads of stereotypes that are really, really misleading, and it's kind of disturbing in some cases. Like, for example, depression is a massive one that is more known for being too much of a stereotype, but I don't think people quite get it. It's kind of, people kind of go, say that they've not got depression because they're always happy and they're always doing this, and that's not how depression works. Depression is basically something in your brain that thinks that something's not right with you, you're always doing something wrong, and it makes you really upset. And but it doesn't mean that you show it to everyone, and everyone can kind of only see what you trying to hide it. And all the time on the radio they're saying that this person might have depression but you don't know it. But people say, oh, that person looks upset, I bet you she's got depression. It could just be that they've had a bad day and they're just looking a bit miserable, because I know people in my family that always look miserable. And I know they haven't got depression because well, A, they haven't been diagnosed, and B, when they are happy, it's really obvious. And the dramatic changes in mood are amazing, because a lot of people in my family have and a lot of people haven't, and I can just tell the difference sometimes. And I've been that person. Again, I blame myself a lot for saying like they've not got depression because they're not upset. But then I kind of, after I've said that, I kind of look back and think, actually, you know what, this would kind of suggest that they have, and this would, and this would, and I look at all of the factors and I realise that what I've said is wrong. And if you're watching this and you know who that is, I'm really sorry for what I've said, and I know that what I'm saying now is not any way of apologising, but I am really sorry for what I have said to you in the past about your depression. But as I say, I don't like people that judge, and that's why I'm making this video, because I'm just sick of hearing all these kind of stereotypes of people, and it's just ridiculous. And I think Muslim is definitely being the worst one that's portrayed by the media, because you get these people that are like, oh, Muslims are bad. And this thing in Tunisia, although yes, I'm not saying that what happened in Tunisia was not terrible, because it was, but it doesn't mean the whole of Tunisia is now a risk to people, because because of that how the media blowing that out of proportion, Tunisia is losing tourism. It's losing jobs, because hotels are having to shut down because there's no tourism, and that's just because of one extremist Muslim. And if you think about it, it's a very small amount of people. And I mean, I'm trying to be respectful, but it's not hundreds and hundreds like Twin Towers. And when Twin Towers happened, no one said, oh, we can't go to that part of America anymore because there's been something happened. When there was a bombing on a bus in London, no one said, right, no one can come to London anymore. Because it's in Tunisia and there's a lot of a Muslim community over there, the media's kind of gone, you know what, we can make this a big thing, make everyone really scared, when actually it's just as threatening as England. And I think we're on pretty much the same threat level. We're possibly a bit smaller, but because of the event that happened in Tunisia, it's all the security's gone up, and so it's harder for something like that to happen again. And people don't see that, and which is another reason I think a lot of this is kind of people that just judge people on their religion, and I think it's really hard. I feel that what you believe should come from within, and if people don't like that, then I think you should just cut them out of your life. And I'm not saying, if it's your parents, then don't cut them out of your life. Your parents are very, very important. But just kind of say, I'm sorry, but that's what I believe in, and I can't do that. And if you're still living with them, which I am, and they don't let you practice that religion, then just don't practice that religion in the house. Go outside and practice it. Go and practice it in a friend's house or just outside. Which this is really going off topic, but I just kind of... Actually, I think this might have to go for another video, but we're going to have to do it in conclusion because this is going way too far, but don't stereotype because it's bad. In conclusion, not all gypsies are violent and horrible. Not all chavs are living in council houses. Not all Muslims are terrorists and are evil. Not all Christians are horrible and tell you what to do. And I don't think we covered any other stereotypes, did we? Just don't stereotype people before you know them. It's the 5 things there. We've got 5, a lot to remember. Do not stereotype. Stereotyping, bad. Do not stereotype. But at the end of this video, as usual, Thippus McThip would like to say, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you dislike this video, then give it a thumbs down and post hate, which I will... I'm not going to be silly about it this time because of what I said. I will take on board and see if I feel that it is correct. Goodbye. Ta-da!